All right, doing another broadcast. We've got super late models, and we're going to do 75 laps with them. I'm testing out a new overlay that I just made, and gonna work out some kinks in it. But right now, we are about to go green. Mason Bailey in the 2-car steps on it, and the order should get itself settled out. So battle for third place right now. Austin Thiel, Matthew Johnson in the 13, Thiel in the 7. Kyle Souza in the 1 car. Looks like he is getting passed right now by the 10 Ryman Castle. Door-to-door action there as they were getting around a slow car. That was Thiel had to pull off for some reason, not for sure why. So Bailey's got a 1.1 second lead. Let's look at the closest action on track right now is this battle for 5th place between the 6 of Greg Elliott and the 1 of Kyle Souza. Back a little bit further in the pack, we've got the 5 Matt Vade and Jamie Moore. A further back battle for 10th place, that's Tim Tanner and Charles Pate. And Pate almost gets in the back of Tanner. So out front, coming to finish lap 6, number 2, Mason Bailey. In second is Jesse Stroll, Matthew Johnson in the 13, Ryman Castle in the 10, Greg Elliott in the 6, and Kyle Souza in the 1. Had a couple people not start the race. One of them didn't join, which makes his name not appear on the standings. So Bailey's pulled out now to a 2-second lead, almost 2.5 seconds. We'll see what Greg Elliott, if he can catch Ryman Castle. Looks like Johnson had an issue there. Go on board with the 6 car for a couple of laps. Looks like the 13 is starting to move his way up to the top of the track and slowing him down just a little bit. Greg Elliott now right on the tail of the 10 car. And we got the first yellow on lap 13. Let's see what happened there. We got one turned around. That's the 11. Almost turns back in front of the leader. Take a quick look at this. Just slams the 15 into the wall and then gets sent headfirst into the wall. So quite a bit of damage on the 11 car. That is Gage Roberts. Looks like he's going to get a wave around or sent around. He got going before the leader got past him, so let's see if people are pitting. Bailey decides to pit. Stroll stays out. That's the kind of driver I like to see, along with Greg Elliott. Vade in the 5. And then we got the 7 car. That is a lap down, Austin Thiel. Chris Pate was involved in that crash. He's just come out of the pits. I don't know if he just took right sides or what. So, order's getting all changed up there. Once we get this all sorted out, we'll see how many actually stayed out. Right now, it's looking like there's only 2 cars that are staying out. As a couple of those people dropped into the pits on the second lap by. So, Greg Elliott and Matt Vade are staying out. They're first and second. And we've got the 7 car of Thiel. He is a lap down along with Gritter in the 12. So that's going to put Bailey on the inside second row for this restart with fresh tires. And he was definitely the quickest car on track. So the 7 and the 12 are getting sent back through the field. They will bring up the tail end of it. Looks like Roberts is still in the pits, getting the repairs done after heading roof first into the wall. Pate is on track. He's got quite a bit of damage, though. I don't see that thing working too well for him. So, once again, Greg Elliott in the 6, Vade in the 5, Mason Bailey in the 2, Matthew Johnson in the 13, Ryman Castle in the 10, Jamie Moore in the 4. Thiel didn't get the lucky dog to get back around, so he's still a lap down. Let's see if he can get back going after whatever penalty happened on the first lap. So, getting ready to go green. Greg Elliott taking him down into turn 1, side by side with the 5. Vade on the outside, but he gets a little bump from the 6 and has to back off of it. That puts Bailey right back on the tail and going to the outside, making the pass on the outside. He's going to lead that lap, and now he's going to be checking out. So looking at Vade now, he's going to try underneath the 6th into 3. Looks like he's going to get it done. So Vade and Elliott swap spots, dropping back 1 position from where they started. Castle's back on the top side in the 10. Got Johnson right behind them. They switched spots since the pit stop. And then the 8 car, Jason Coleman, that 8 John Deere car, haven't seen him all race. He's now up in this top pack. So Bailey's checking out already, 1 second ahead. We're going to focus on this nice little battle for 3rd place between the 6 of Greg Elliott and the 10 of Ryman Castle. And Coleman gets himself underneath the 13. It's not going to make it work, though, and Stroll's trying the outside to get around him. We saw Johnson working the high side after a couple of laps in the first run. See if he goes back up there. He's going to get forced up there with the 8 going underneath him now. Coleman working under, just can't get the drive off the corner. Back up here for the battle for 3rd. Greg Elliott in the 6th, the 10 car Ryman Castle. Looks like they're starting to track down Vade in the 5 car. Oh, a little loose off the corner. Doesn't give him a whole lot of room on entry. 10 Smart just playing it off. The 6 is really struggling off the corner now, getting sideways twice now, and that's only going to heat up the right rear even more. So Castle working underneath, but now he's got Johnson on the outside to contend with. Almost gets a nose under there, but slips up, and this is going to bring Coleman up. Coleman gets into the 10, and now we got a big mess. 10 cars sideways, and we're going to have a yellow flag. He's still crashing. And unfortunately, that brings Thiel one lap down. He was looking at getting the lucky dog, but then got the contact. That's going to make him not eligible for it, and we might see the 12 of Gritter get it. So, working lap 28 right now is 75. Second caution. Let's take a quick look at the standing now. After all of that contact, we got Bailey, Vade, Elliott, Coleman, Stroll, and Souza in the 1, but this is all going to get shooken up. Vade's going to stay out. He's now on 29 lap old tires. Bailey's on 14 lap old tires. Stroll and Souza in the 16 and the 1, they are on 13 and 14 lap old tires. And everyone else is going in to get the fresh tires. Hopefully soon we will get races where you can't change tires and you'll be going 75 laps like you would in a real short track race. But until then, you got to play the tire game. And yeah, although I think Mason Bailey right now could be on 75 lap older tires than everyone else and still pull away by 2 seconds. Looks like Gritter does get the wave around. He's going to go get his lap back with the lucky dog. And that's going to put 10 cars on the lead lap. Thiel still 1 lap down, working on getting the damage fixed. Looks like Castle is out of this one. 3 laps down. Still on pit lane, but probably not going to be returning. Looks like we should be getting 2 laps to go till we go green again. Alright, lights are out in the pace car. Lining them back up 2 by 2. Run through this one more time. Bailey, Vade, Stroll, Souza, Coleman, Greg Elliott. First one on new tires is Coleman in the 8 and Greg Elliott in the 6. We'll see what they can do through this. Bailey brings them into 3. Pace car is going to be ducking off here, and we're going to be going green. Green flag's out. Bailey gets a good start, and he's gone. Keep an eye now on Coleman working on Souza. Down the back stretch, lap 33. Elliott's working on the outside, gets into the back of Souza just a little bit. They get a good run, though, off the corner, and now Coleman is dropping back behind Elliott, and we got another caution. Looks like the 3 car of Leisure. A little incident. Let's see if we can find that. So Leisure and Tanner in the 14. Side by side. Tanner just comes down. Both of them right up the wall. Leisure ends up on his hood, and unfortunately, I think once again, Thiel got an incident there and is probably not going to get the lucky dog because of it. So Tanner's going to pit road. Thiel's still 1 lap down. Gritter's got his lap back, but then lost it again. Not for sure how that happened. And let's see. No one has pit that time. Gritter's going back around, so he is now back on the lead lap. So only 2 to pit on that last time by were the 2 that were involved in the crash. It's going to put us with only 8 cars left on the lead lap. Freshest tires on track right now is the 6 of Greg Elliott. He was working his way past the 8 when the caution came out. He did get it. I think he's going to make easy work of Souza once he gets to the inside of him. We'll be going green, though, in 2 laps. All right, lights are once again out. This time on the restart, we're going to focus on Greg Elliott. Definitely think he's going to be able to make his way up through the field. He's got 15 lap fresher tires than everyone in front of him. Obviously, Bailey's going to be gone, but second place could be in for Greg Elliott. So Bailey once again gone. Let's take a look. Greg's already passed Souza. See if he can get that bumper clear on the exit. He does. That is 1 down. He's now up to 4th position. Looking back at Coleman, seeing what he can do. And we got more issues. That is, what, 5th flip now? Let's take a look at what happened there. 16 just gets loose, comes up into Greg. And some hard hits there. That car is going to be... That's got to be hurting. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a meatball flag for that one. So that just took out a ton of our field. Almost everyone third on back was involved in that. So, everyone goes into the pits except for Greg Elliott. Somehow. Not sure what the decision is on that. Must not have a meatball flag, but that is probably not going to drive too well. Looks like we got a wave around for leisure. Although not sure, he maybe just came out of the pits. Not sure how he was getting a wave around. Being 4 laps down when we got 2 others that are laps down as well. So, this one, extremely messy so far. Looks like Vade's back out up to speed. Kyle Sousa's still going. Coleman's going. Stroll is going after causing that last mess. Biggest question is going to be, is Greg Elliott going to be able to hang on to whatever this car does when he goes into turn 1? Johnson's just got a little nose damage. I'm pretty sure he was just, beat up in the checkup and all of that. Gritter, who's been laps down multiple times, is now up to 4th as everyone behind him came in to get some damage fixed and new tires. Alright, lights are out again. Hopefully, we can get the last 30 laps done here without too many issues. Although I am worried about that 6 car on the entry to turn 1. Alright, pace car is going to be ducking in here. Green flag's out. Looks like Greg Elliott is making it get through the corner. Not sure if he's going to get past. I mean, there's so much damage out there, you can't really tell if he's off pace or not. Let's see what we got for lap times when they come by on their first full green lap. So Vade working on the inside of Johnson. Gets underneath him. And finally gets ahead of him. Johnson gets into the wall a little bit. That's going to check up Coleman. Coleman throws it into the corner. Almost got into the back of the 13. He's already been in the back of one car this race. 13 just decides to go on by. It's been too messy of a race already. So, looks like Elliott's doing the same laps that he was before the flip and the smash and everything. So, working out for him, I guess. Vade's going to go under him, though. Fresher tires and less damage. That's battle for second place. Vade's going to take that one. Now 1.5 seconds behind Bailey. Bailey now working on lap 52 of this 75 lap race. Let's go through the field real quick. We got Bailey, Vade, Greg Elliott in the 6, Jason Coleman in the 8, Matthew Johnson in the 13, Jesse Stroll in the 16, and Chad Gritter is going to round out the field on the lead lap in the 7th place. And he's about to go a lap down again as Bailey's hauling around this track, about a 10th quicker than Vade right now. Vade does have much fresher tires. We'll see what they're doing lap times compared to each other. It's like Vade just a little bit quicker that time around. Got a battle back here, the 3rd and 4th place. That's the 6 of Elliott, the 8 of Coleman. And from what we've seen of the 8's racing, Greg might want to let go of this spot and not end up in the fence again. Once again, Vade gets a little bit closer. He was 2/10 quicker that time, but Bailey was working his way around the 12. See if Vade gets through there. Yep, Vade's still got quicker laps and reeling Bailey in, so we might have a race on our hands. There's the gap, 1.28 seconds. Laps are ticking off, though. We are going to be coming up to 16 to go. Once again, just slowly inching his way in there. Look back here for the battle for third while he's closing in. Coleman working on Elliott in the 6. He's quicker than him on entry, but he just hasn't set him up to come off the corner. This time he's going to dive it in into 3. Greg just lets him go on by. And that's going to give Coleman the 3rd spot. Back up front, the gap's opened up just a little bit as Vade ran a slow lap last time, so now it's back to 1.4 seconds. Now 1.5 seconds. So, looks like unless there's a late race caution, Bailey's going to take this one easily. 64 complete. Now that lead out to 2 seconds. And we just got a caution. And Stroll just gets turned by Gritter. He came down out of the corner for some reason, and that's going to put us under caution. Almost finished this one out. Looks like everyone's going to be going in. No. Vade and Coleman stay out. Bailey and Elliott pit. As does Johnson. Tanner gets the wave around. He will return to the lead lap. But this is going to get a bit messy now. So what's going to happen here is Bailey should be starting inside second row. And that's how it's going to work out. So the 14's getting sent to the rear after getting the lucky dog. Greg Elliott still in the pits. Or going back in the pits to get a few more repairs done. Although I think that's going to throw him into the back and not really be a factor into this. Don't think he'll be lining up in the third row. So, we're going green this time by. Be the completion of lap 70. We'll have 5 to go. Vade, Coleman in the 8, Bailey in the 2. Question is, can Bailey get by? Will Bailey be clean on this? It's much quicker. 27 lap newer tires. We'll see, though. This could get extremely messy. Vade brings him down. Green flag. Side by side, Vade and Coleman into one. Bailey has nowhere to go at the moment. Gets into the back of the 5. Now he's going to look to the high side through 3 and 4. On the outside of Vade. Makes it stick. He's going to lead that lap. Completes the pass and back into the lead. So, Bailey, Vade, Johnson up to 3rd, ahead of Coleman. And then Greg Elliott, like I said, had to start in the rear after pitting multiple times. So he's got a ways to go before he can even get up to 4th. Starting lap 74 now for Bailey. Johnson not able to close the gap to Vade. And look back here, we just got the white flag. Elliott's not going to be able to get close to Coleman in the 8, so we've got Bailey coming around to win this one. Bailey's going to get the win. Vade's going to hold off the 13. Johnson puts it into the wall to finish this one off. Coleman and Elliott are your top 5. So, not the cleanest race we've ever seen, but the correct winner won this. Bailey was way above the field on speed. And, yeah, got to see a couple of flips. So, hope you enjoyed that. Like the new overlay, still got quite a bit of work to get done on it, but I wanted to test it out, see if there was any issues that I could find on here. So, thanks for watching.